10 ways to build resiliency to meet the challenges of older adult life. That was a topic covered by an American Psychological Association brochure titled The Road to Resiliency. I'd like to give you what those 10 are and also tell you one I think that they missed out on that is very important for aging. First of the 10 things they listed is make connections. I think we all know by now that a lot of research has confirmed that having social connections and connections to others is absolutely necessary with aging successfully. Too much time alone, it really does weaken resiliency. And also, if you don't have enough time alone, then it undermines your self-actualization. So you're going to need to find a balance, happy balance between solitude and companionship in order to age successfully and resiliently. And the second one they list about is don't see a crisis as insurmountable. Somehow believe you're going to find a way around it or through it or live with it, as opposed to seeing it as totally insurmountable. Number 3 is to accept that change is a part of life. You've been changing your entire life, and sometimes with aging, change can be a bit accelerated periodically. But life's a roller coaster. We just need to accept that there are sometimes arduous uphill climbs and sometimes flat stretches and sometimes screaming downhill descents. Just strap yourself in and relish all of it, because there's never going to be anything in life as fast or slow or deep or high as a roller coaster of life. Number 4 is move towards your goals. If you think goals were really just for when you were deciding to finish school or have a family or buy a house, have children, or work-related goals, goals are a part of our brain. We're goal-seeking organisms, and you're going to have goals throughout your life. I worked in hospice. People on their deathbeds have goals. Sometimes it's to die with dignity or with being conscious and not snowed with meds. One woman I knew, her goal was to have somebody clean her kitchen cabinets before she died, because as she laid there dying, she was worried that people would come in and see how dirty they were and think she was a bad housekeeper, and then that would mean in her mind they might think she was a bad wife. Had people go in there and clean her kitchen cabinets, and she died peacefully. So you want to know that goals are very important in older life. 5th one is take decisive action. You can spend too much time overthinking things so much or try to be perfect about it and get lost in your own thoughts. You don't want to get thought lost, where you're just thinking all the time and not doing what you can do. The old idea that 12-step had about the serenity prayer applies to recovery, but it certainly does apply to aging. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That should be a mantra for old people. Number 6 is to look for opportunities of self-discovery. There's a whole lot of yourself that you are going to discover with aging, because you begin to have more access to your subconscious mind as you age, which means things that you may have pushed down earlier in life or never had a chance to look at will be able to take some front and center stage for you to examine them and make peace with them. And you're going to remain open, hopefully, to growth, change, and creativity. You're going to be tested by your adversities in aging, but you want to use them to plumb the depths of who you are and find new parts of yourself waiting to be discovered to assist you with the challenges of aging. Number 7 is to nurture a positive view of yourself. Much research saying that how we view ourselves and how we view aging has a real impact on how well we can handle aging. So watch out for the self-talk. If you're full of ideas about, oh, I'm so old now and this and that, or I've got this or that problem, it's not going to help you. You want to monitor your self-talk so that you can control that to assist you. Remember, you're not being picked on when bad things happen to you as you age. In fact, they're happening to all old people. So you don't want to fall into the victim mode, because that feeds on itself and will drag you further down. If you suffer loss, which certainly most people will, grieve it. Manage what you can and move forward. 8 is to keep things in perspective. Very important. You probably read books like Don't Sweat the Small Stuff when you were younger. You really have a chance to put that into practice with aging. When life serves up tragedy, be there for it. Then when you've done crying or staying in bed in the fetal position or being angry, whatever it does for you, then you want to look beyond that to your gaping wound, if it's left you with one, and use a kind of a look back, get a big picture viewpoint, looking in a more detached way. Hopefully then you can regain your perspective and hopefully your humor. Number 9 is to maintain a hopeful outlook. If you don't have some kind of hopeful outlook that somehow you can cope with something or overcome it or manage it, you're really not going to put out any effort toward it, and that's going to be detrimental for you in the long run. I'm not talking about being a Pollyanna. Yes, you want to be hopeful and realistic, but you want to spend time visualizing what you want or what you can be, no matter your situation as you age, rather than worrying about what you fear, because your life will move toward those things that are occupying your mind. Occupy your mind with how bad it is or how much you fear or this or that. Pretty soon, your brain will serve you up more of that. There's a good acronym I like. It's for HOPE, H-O-P-E, which is hold on, pain ends. The 10th one is to take care of yourself. We all know about nutrition and aging and exercise with aging and being with other people periodically. Who doesn't like Netflix and all the streaming services? But only so much time spent on the couch and in the recliner is needed, because after that you need to get up and move, exercise, have some fun, connect with other people, and by all means maintain your sense of humor. And if you get into a down place, which is almost inevitable with aging, just don't get stuck there. So those are the 10 things that the American Psychological Association says help to build resiliency. But I think there's another one they should add at number 11, and that is curiosity. I know, curious, I'd want to add that, aren't you? But curiosity is something that can continue to grow throughout life. And as you find out something you're curious about and you study it or look into it or do it, then guess what? You've just fed that curiosity part of your brain, and then you can be curious about more and more things. Curiosity can be a great motivator to do things and try things and explore. I think curiosity and having the time and hopefully the resources, if you're not having to work when you're retired, that would certainly give you more an advantage. But just to indulge in curiosity, to find out things and explore them. You can trivialize it and say, oh, so what? I'm old. What's it matter if I know this or know that? It matters a lot. It matters to your brain. Don't underestimate the power of curiosity. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your tuning into my YouTube channel, where I provide information and insights to assist you with aging and retirement.